Okay, so in this table here, we're looking at interest earned from savings, okay, is taxable, as it says, right? So when you earn interest from savings, you've got to pay tax on it, okay, but it's for certain criteria here, and it's split into two different sort of type of people. If you're a basic rate taxpayer, you know, if you don't earn like a tremendous amount of money, then you will be paying 20% on the interest that earned above £1,000, okay? And if you're a higher rate taxpayer, so if you're a footballer, you earn lots of money, right? You pay 40% on your interest earned above £500. You pay more tax on the interest that you earn on your savings, okay? And that's how it's set up here. So let's just have a look at this. Matthew is a higher rate taxpayer, okay? So he earns a lot of money, right? Any savings interest he earns over £500 within a year is taxed at 40%. This really is just a summary from the table. It's just explaining that's where he belongs, isn't he? So basically, any savings interest he earns there, so anything above £500, he's got to pay tax on 40%. On 1st of May 2016, he invested £150,000 in a savings account that pays interest rate at a 1.98% per annum. Okay, so that's the interest rate, 1.98% per annum. What is this interest rate per month, written as a decimal? So that's sort of obviously interesting, because obviously often we paid interest per month. So if they're giving you this like nominal interest rate per year, and then he's paid monthly, we'd need to split this by 12, right? So we'd need to divide that interest rate by 12. It's split up into 12 payments, and if you do that and you calculate the 1.98 divided by 12, you get this. Now that of course is a percentage, yeah, okay, but so you need to divide that by 100 then to get it as a decimal, which is what they want. So it comes out to be that one there, 0.0165. Okay, so that's the interest rate there divided by 12, because there's 12 payments, okay, and then there's a decimal. Saving interest is added at the end of every month. Now it says here, calculate the date when the interest that Matthew earned went above his annual tax-free limit. Okay, calculate the amount of tax he would have to pay on this interest if he had closed the account on this date. Okay, so it's quite sort of wordy there, quite a lot of things to take in, right? But let's just suppose he gets paid interest at the end of each month. Okay, so if he puts this in first month, he'd be £150,000, okay, on 1st of May. At the end of the month, on 31st of May, okay, he would get this interest rate, wouldn't he? So we could use this, because this is a decimal already, okay. He would get this amount of interest. So let's see what that is. 150,000 times 0.00165, and you get £247.50. That's how much interest he's earned. Okay, so that means then that goes into his account, so he will now have £150,247.50 there on 31st of May. So if you go another month later, so we go to the 30th of June, okay, there's this amount now. Okay, again you'll get paid this interest rate. Okay, so now we'll take that number, and in the second month then he gets paid £247.91, okay, interest. So then, you know, we can add that together onto what he's got already. So this here, add that 247.91, and now he's got in there this amount. Now it says, right, calculate the date when the interest that Matthew earned went above his annual tax-free limit. Now his annual tax-free limit, of course, is £500, yeah? If we go up here, he's going to get taxed on any interest that he earns above 500. So basically this interest he's earned so far at the end of May and the end of June, that interest he's earned there, well, he gets to keep that and he won't pay any tax on it at all, because he hasn't reached his limit yet of £500. But he's getting close to it, isn't he? He's getting close to it. So it says, you know, the date when the interest that Matthew earned went above the annual tax-free limit. Well, of course, now the next month, 31st of July, I think we're going to do this, I mean, it's going to happen where he's going to go above it, because he's going to earn another if we times this by the interest rate, so we've added them together, so times that by 0.165, he's going to earn another £248, £31 pence. Okay, so that's the interest he earns at the end of the next month. So he's gone above it, hasn't he? So the date he starts to pay interest will be on the 31st of July. Okay, so he starts to pay, sorry, not interest, he starts to pay tax on his interest on the 31st of July. Okay, so then it says calculate the amount of tax he would have to pay on this date if he had closed the account on this date. So suppose then he's starting to pay tax, so he's going to close it. Well, let's see how much interest he's earned in total now. Okay, so he's earned, that was interest in month 1, interest in month 2, interest in month 3. Add that up. So that comes to 743.72. Okay, so remember now, anything above £500 you pay interest on. So you could see he's got £243 he's got to pay interest on, because it's £243 above 500. So he's got to pay interest on it. He's got to pay tax on it. I'm getting confused with my words here. He's got to pay tax on this interest that's above £500. Okay, so what's above £500 he's got to pay tax on. The tax he pays is 40%. So we just times that by 40%, which is 0.4. So take away 500 on here. So I got this. Times this one by 0.4, and we get our answer then to be £97.49 when we round up, and that's it, we're done.